So, it looks like Apple may have just shown its hand in the AI race, and honestly, it's probably not what you're thinking. It's this new thing called FastVLM, and it's all about making the AI on your phone see and understand the world around you instantly. Let's dig into what that actually means. This really brings up a fundamental question, doesn't it? When we're talking about the AI that's literally in your pocket, what's more important? Sheer brain power that might need a second to think, or just pure lightning fast speed that feels seamless? Well, with this new tech, Apple is making a massive bet, and it's all on speed. Okay, first things first, what in the world is FastVLM? The name itself gives us a pretty big hint, but to really get it, we've got to start with those last three letters, VLM. So VLM stands for Vision Language Model. The easiest way to think about it is it's a type of AI that's been trained to understand both pictures and words at the exact same time. It's not just seeing a collection of pixels, it can literally read the text inside an image and understand the whole context. It connects what it sees with what it reads. And this is where it gets really cool, right? In the real world, this is just incredibly useful. I mean, imagine pointing your phone at a menu in another language and getting an instant translation of all the dishes. Or scanning some dense legal document, and the AI doesn't just see the words, it gets the meaning. It could even look at a super complicated chart and just give you the bottom line. That's what a VLM can do. Now, you might be thinking, wait a second, other AI can do this stuff, and you're not wrong, but there's always been a huge catch. The moment you give them a high-resolution image, they slow down to a crawl. Apple's entire innovation here, their big twist, is solving that one specific problem, and it's right there in the name, fast. So how on earth did they pull this off? Well, the magic is in what you could call a smart minimalist approach. Instead of just throwing more and more computing power at the problem, they got really clever about how the AI actually looks at an image. Here's the best way to picture the difference. Traditional models, they take an image and shatter it into thousands of tiny little pieces called tokens. It's like trying to describe a beautiful painting by listing the color of every single pixel. You get all the detail, but it's incredibly slow. Apple's method creates way fewer tokens, but they're much, much smarter. It zeroes in on the most important parts, keeping all the key details without getting bogged down. So let's just walk through the process real quick. It all starts with a high-resolution image. That gets fed into Apple's new vision encoder. Now, this is the engine that does that whole smart minimalist trick, creating just a handful of really efficient tokens instead of thousands of clunky ones. And because that workload is so much lighter, the language model can spit out an answer almost instantly. And the results of this whole approach are, well, they're staggering. Seriously, we're not talking about a small improvement here. When it's dealing with high-res images, Apple's model starts responding up to 85 times faster. That's the time to first token, that critical moment of lag while you're waiting for the AI to do something. It's the difference between impatiently tapping your foot and not even noticing there was a delay at all. But it's not just about being fast, it's also about being efficient. The vision encoder, the very heart of this tech, is over 3 times smaller than some of its rivals, and that is a huge deal. A smaller model uses less of your phone's precious memory, and, you guessed it, drains less battery, which makes it absolutely perfect for the one place Apple wants all this AI to live, right on your device. All right, so that's the techie stuff. Super impressive, for sure. But the really big question is, what does any of this actually mean for you? How could this kind of thing change the way you use your phone day in and day out? Well, the possibilities are pretty amazing when you think about it. Imagine scanning a dense 20-page contract and having the most important clauses highlighted in a split second. Or being in a supermarket abroad, pointing your camera at a random product and getting a real-time translation and explanation of what it is. For students, this could mean getting instant help with confusing lecture slides. And for accessibility, this speed is an absolute game changer, making real-time descriptions of the world possible for visually impaired users. All of this ties directly into Apple's grand strategy, their bigger vision for what AI should be. Because for Apple, this isn't just about making a couple of cool new features. It's a strategic move where privacy and speed are basically two sides of the same coin. And this gets to the absolute core of Apple's entire AI philosophy. The end goal isn't just to build powerful AI. It's to build powerful AI that runs entirely on your device. No internet connection, no cloud servers needed. Everything happens right there in your hand. This really sets up two completely different futures for AI. You've got the cloud AI path, where your photos, your documents, your questions all get sent off to some remote server somewhere. That can be slow, and it obviously brings up some major privacy questions. And then you have Apple's on-device approach. With models like FastVLM, your stuff stays right where it belongs, on your phone. It's instant, it works even when you're offline, and it's private from the ground up. So while it feels like every other company is chasing the biggest, baddest AI model they can build, Apple's focusing on something else entirely. This is their secret weapon, making AI invisible, making it so fast and so seamless that you don't even think about it. It just works instantly. And that really brings us to the million-dollar question in all of this. As AI gets woven deeper and deeper into our lives, trust is everything. So think about it for a second. Would you trust AI more? Would you use it more freely if you knew for a fact that your personal data never, ever left your device? Because that's the future Apple is betting everything on.